I'm Yona Verwer, originally from the Netherlands. I received my master's degree in fine art from the Royal Academy in The Hague before I came to New York, where I've lived and worked ever since. My primary medium is painting, but I also have done installations and prints. Most of my work is figurative with abstraction mixed in. Right now I have an exhibition at the Vienna Museum, the Vienna Jewish Museum, where it's really more of an abstract piece. But most of the pieces are more like this series, where it's really figurative with abstraction mixed in as well. So my paintings often have sort of like the feeling of a collage, like it's different layers and different elements mixed together to a cohesive whole. I love the color blue. It just so happens that in the last couple of years I've been working a lot on a series of water, different aspects of water. So blue is a natural color for that. But also it's the favorite color of people in the Netherlands, so I'm kind of following that tradition. What else is unique is that I often use stencil backgrounds mixed in, and in this case I use references to other artists, in this case primarily Dutch medieval artworks and illuminated manuscripts. So the Noah exhibition was fascinating to me because I have already been working with the concept of ecology and water. I'm doing a whole series called Mayim Chaim, Living Waters, based on pollution in the ocean, which through a Jewish lens, the Jewish Bible, the Torah, speaks a lot about that issue. And also in the Talmud, rabbis have mentioned the prohibition against needless destruction. So I'm weaving all those sources into the painting. So the Noah is really an extension, or I should say, more of an elaboration on what I was already doing. And it's so important because people don't realize that, especially when it comes to the oceans, they are lifeblood. And if the pollution persists, it will interfere with the chain of everything. And it will also harm us physically. So it's crucial. So I approached this Noah exhibit, each piece from its own merit. So some pieces have a very Jewish influence, others actually non-Jewish, like Christian in some cases. I went back to my own heritage, which is Dutch, so it incorporates some of illuminated manuscripts, books of hours from the Netherlands in the medieval ages. Also works by Johannes Bosch. I took some elements from him. He's a medieval artist from the Netherlands. And altogether, I think it's a very interesting mix. So what was challenging for me for the Noah exhibition was that we had to work with themes. And I had already done a whole series on ecology where I painted just whatever interested me. And now I had guidance that I had to adhere to. But that also turned out to be an opportunity because it broadened my horizons. It made me look at different perspectives, different sources. And in the end, I think was very enriching. So here, in the 8th painting of Noah, we see the ark represented by this galleon. And here are figures that represent God in the male and female attributes, as we believe in Judaism, pointing at the ark, saying, people, we need to do better. And the other images are both from Jewish texts, Haggadahs, and from illuminated books of hours. And below is an element that represents the Muslim faith.